Spider-Man, aka Peter Palmer. Yeah, I said Palmer, not Parker. Now, for context, Spider-Man got his own series after appearing in Amazing Fantasy, where he was named Peter Parker. However, when his first series started with issue 1 in 1963, there was more than one mistake. Now, Stan Lee's infamous for forgetting the names of characters. An example of this can be Bruce Banner, whose name was changed to Robert Bruce Banner because Stan Lee forgot the Hulk's name. In Spider-Man issue 1, on more than one occasion, the character is referred to as Peter Palmer, not Parker. Now, this misprint is fairly popular because it's a pretty big one as it is the first issue of Spider-Man. However, it's not his first appearance. As like said prior, he appeared in Amazing Fantasy, where he was called Parker. And after this first issue, the character was, of course, just called Peter Parker. However, some think that maybe that this is more sinister. That being that his actual name was going to be Peter Palmer and not Parker. And that Peter Parker is actually the misprint. I don't think that's the case because he was called Parker prior to this, and he was called Parker in the issue more times than Palmer, and he was called Parker afterwards too. Of course, I could be wrong, but I'm going to say it's not a misprint that his name is Parker. So I'm going to say Palmer is definitely the misprint. Maybe he was related to Ray Palmer. Just across universes. I mean, it's not that crazy. In the early issues of Spider-Man, they referred to Spider-Man as Superman. Yeah, that was a thing too. Now, for years and literal decades, Peter Palmer was just seen as a mistake and nothing other than that. But in 2023, we would get a nod to it, and a potential canonical reason to as to why it happened. That being, in the Spider-Verse, we meet a new Spider-Man named Peter Palmer, as well as wearing the costume for the first issue Spider-Man, which if you didn't know had a blue spider on the back instead of red. Some think that this version of the character was the version we saw in Spider-Man issue 1, all the way back in 1963. However, in that issue, he is still called Parker on multiple occasions, more than Palmer. Therefore, if that was the case, that would create even more canonical issues. Also, Parker obviously stuck around and mentioned events that took place in the first issue. So I'm just going to say it's a nod to it. I have also seen some people say that this is insensitive to Stan Lee by having this mocking joke about him. However, others say it's not mocking but paying tribute to Stan Lee in the original issue Spider-Man. I'm in the latter half of that discussion, however, I can see the other side to it. Now, while I've known about this whole incident for quite a while, personally, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Early Marvel had a lot of misprints, to say the least, and miscolorings, which are far more common these days than misprints. Or would you count them as misprints? Some would. I don't think I would. I count the actual wording as misprints, which also still happens. However, this is definitely the most iconic one, or one of the most iconic ones, because it's just so far out there, and also because it was the first issue of Spider-Man. But not his first appearance. Like I said, he was called Parker in his first appearance and afterwards. So, did you know about this misprint? If you did, how do you feel about it? Do you think there needs to be a canonical reason as to why it happened? Or do you not care? Did you like the nod to it in 2023? Or did you not? And that's it. Like always, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!